Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm in a little bit of a different filming background today. I'm actually back home on the East Coast in the South with my family. I've been out here for, I guess, a little over a month now. I don't even know because I don't even know what day it is hardly anymore, as this has just been insane. But really grateful I was able to come home right before things got really bad. So I've just been out here quarantining with my family. My family actually has a second home in the mountains. I haven't left here probably, in a month. So it's been really great. I've been out here, like I said, quarantining with my family. There's really not a lot of people out here, so it's great for that. I'm not in the city, and my dog has been extremely content. Life's great for her right now. She's been out roaming around, run wild outside. I don't have to worry about her not being on a leash, and it's been a great time for her. But I hope everyone out there is staying safe and everyone's healthy and doing just the best anyone can be during these times. I know I've been extremely fortunate. I am able to work from home. That's one of the reasons why I came back over here. I was like, I'd rather just be back home instead of having to quarantine in Los Angeles by myself, just chilling there. So I couldn't be more grateful that I still have a job and I'm able to work from home, because I know so many people have lost their jobs over this, which is everything is just insane about this. But enough of that. I won't keep going on and on about everything that's going on, because I know everyone is probably just wanting to hear something different and more positive, because that's all you hear right now. So on that note, I thought I would do a little bit of a review for you guys, since I don't have my bike here. I came out here, guys, not prepared at all. I stuffed a lot of clothes. I brought 2 suitcases with me, a dog, 2 suitcases with me, and I contemplated about bringing my mountain bike out here, but I was like, Morgan, you're just gonna be there for maybe 2 weeks. This is when things weren't that bad, or not that bad, but we didn't know how bad they were going to get. And yeah, I really wish I brought my mountain bike out here now, because there's a lot of private land out here that luckily I'm able to get out there and get on without being in, national forests and things like that, because like most places, a lot of our trails are shut down out here. But I thought this would be a good time for me to do a bike rack review for you guys. I don't know why I've never done a review on this bike rack before, but I've had this bike rack now for probably 2 years, I want to say, that I've had it. And the reason why I'm doing the review is my parents actually have the same one, so I was like, this is perfect, I'll do a review on it. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump on in, because over the course of 2 years of owning this bike rack, there's been probably a lot more cons to me having this bike rack than there have been pros. I do want to say I think this is a great bike rack, but for the right bike, because this is something I didn't know at the time. I ironically did very little research on this bike rack, because I thought a bike rack's a bike rack, it'll work, it's fine. I really wanted something that had a low profile to it, something I would just leave in my car and not worry about it at the time, just to kind of give you guys a little more background on why I went with this bike rack and why I didn't go with something that holds your bike from the wheels, which, knowing that now, I probably would have went with that type of bike rack. But I had just got a hitch installed on my SUV, so I already spent that money. By the way, if you're ever wanting to get a hitch installed, definitely recommend taking it to U-Haul, because it'll be well under half the price than it will be if you were to take it to a dealership. Definitely recommend doing that. But at the time, I didn't want to spend the extra money and get, like a $600 bike rack or anything like that. I really wanted to try to keep it around $200, and that's when I found the Thule bike rack that I have. So this bike rack is great for me because it holds 2 bikes. I didn't need anything. Okay, my parents' dog just jumped up here. I didn't need anything that held over 2 bikes, because I don't even have anyone that likes to bike with me. So it's always just usually me, myself, and I. So a few of the good features I like about this bike rack is you, of course, can let out a pin below and it'll lower down. So if you do have to access your trunk, you're able to easily do that, not having to worry about, having to completely take out the bike rack and things like that. I also did a little bit of a modification. I added a pin at the top because I wanted to be able to fold this down and make it even more compact, and I didn't want just those 2 bars poking out at all times. So went to Home Depot, got a pin, and that's what I'm using for that, so I'm always able to lower that additionally again. Hey guys, Editing Morgan here. So a couple things I just wanted to really quickly point out is the pin up top is not actually on this bike rack, because this is my parents' bike rack. I have the same identical bike rack, but I just wanted to note that in case you guys are like, where's the pin? And because the platform doesn't exactly fit my frame the best on my bike, the platform has kind of widened, so stretched out and everything, which isn't seen on this bike rack. So this bike rack comes with a 2-inch hitch adapter, which is really nice. And also I want to note is it's a very, very sturdy, solid bike rack. I will say that it doesn't move, it doesn't wobble. I have not had any problems with it being, you know, wobbly or flimsy or anything like that. It's a very solid bike rack. Now, moving on to more so of the cons. I have a lot of them that have come up with this bike rack. And again, this is a bike rack for a specific kind of bike. So the frame of my bike is not completely circular. It has a little bit of a shape to it. So putting it on the platform on the bike rack has a weird kind of fit to it. Not to mention, since my bike is a full suspension, it is a little more tricky getting it on and off this bike rack because I have to feed it through the frame of my bike. I can't just easily throw it on there and go. I really have to be more so strategic with it. The other thing that I've had happen to me with this bike rack is I have a dropper post line that runs externally on my bike, and I've had zip ties just every time I put it on this bike rack. It breaks zip ties, it rips it out, the line's out. I've even had my dropper post stop working because it was on my bike rack. It was pulling the line so hard and I didn't even realize it at the time. So yeah, there's been a lot going on. So normally I'm very lucky. I only have to drive about 25 minutes to be way deep in the mountains to go mountain biking. And there have been a few times when I have driven up to Big Bear with my bike, and that's about a 2-hour drive for me. And one of those times I took my bike, I found by the time I got to Big Bear, my bike was hanging off. The back of my bike was hanging off the bike rack completely. Not even on the platform. The only thing that was holding it was the strap, which was absolutely terrifying because I could have completely lost my bike and it would have been ruined. And worst of all, I could have, you know, potentially killed someone or really damaged someone's car greatly if my bike were to completely have fallen off my car. That's something that happened not too long ago to me, and something that has made me start to look more into bike racks and possibly getting a new one because I just don't feel secure with my bike being on the bike rack. Other things that have happened to me with this as well, and I don't know if it's just the aerodynamics of my car, but like I said, I do drive an SUV, so it's not like I have this on a sedan or anything where it's constantly getting blasted by wind. I notice whenever I take it anywhere, now this is anywhere, it will always move. So you have 2 platforms total for each bike, and they move around, each of them move around, so therefore my bike will slide completely sideways. And this is concerning because I'm so afraid with all that tension it has sideways that it's just going to jump off the platform and, you know, again, my bike could be hanging off the side of my car. So these have been a lot of my concerns with having this bike rack. I do want to reiterate that I don't think this is a bad bike rack whatsoever. Hi, me again. And I also wanted to note one other thing with this bike rack, because my parents do have the same bike rack and they have not had any issues with it, but their bikes have more of that cylinder frame shape to it like I was talking about. So I think it just depends on the type of bike you have, and for me it's not a good bike rack for me to have. But someone who has more of a circular bike but something with more of a traditional frame, I think this bike rack would be absolutely perfect for. But unfortunately, I feel like for a lot of the full suspension mountain bikes, this is just an absolute no-no and not good. So my advice for anyone who may be looking into getting a bike rack for the first time is you might check into ones that hold your bike from the wheels, because I think that's probably the best bet, the most secure way of transporting your bike, and the #1 way to guarantee it's going to work with every single bike. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please don't forget to give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Please let me know what other kind of videos you guys would like to watch. I'm going to try to start editing these videos. Let me know. I don't know what you guys would like to see. I'll try to get creative with it. I really don't have a lot of trails to ride right now. More so just gravel roads, and I don't think that's going to be a whole lot of fun, but maybe I'll do a video with my dog running to let you guys see the progress that she's made with biking with me. But let me know if you guys would be interested in that, and I hope everyone is staying well and safe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.